5 best practices for fitness. All right, and just throwing it out there, I am doing complimentary 20-minute calls all weekend and next week. If you're interested, just message me the word fit. Excuse me, that's right to the phone number on the screen. 520-400-9573. So just message that word fit if you're interested in, just if you have a few questions, you want to talk about health and fitness, your goals, your journey, what you're going through. Let's connect if you're interested in that. Now, 5 best practices. You may want to grab pen and paper. I'm going to show you a couple key things that could really help you and take you to the next level if you follow through and take action on it. Number 1, before even the big 5, excuse me, is to have a clear, specific goal. Know exactly what it is you want to achieve. Dial it down. So right now, if you have that pen and paper, consider writing out your health and fitness goals. Write them out. What is it that you want? Do you want to be a certain weight size? Do you want to be a certain clothes size? So while you're doing that, I'm going to check my volume. Okay, just doing a volume check. Volume check. Okay, good. Okay, good. And I can't tell if the screen is kind of messy. Let's see. Sorry. Okay, so hopefully that helps. So write out those goals. Get clear and specific on the goals. Know exactly what it is you want to achieve. Dial it down. If you could wave a realistic magic wand and you could have your body and your health and your energy any kind of way you wanted it to be down the road, what would that be like for you? That's your goal. Dial it down. I'm telling you, if you get anything from this video lesson right now, I want you to consider getting this one point, that if you are clear and specific on your goal, it's going to really up your chances of being successful. All my mentors coming up, all sports people, they do it. It's called visualization. Learn to visualize your body exactly how you want it to be. At least write it down. Know exactly what it is. Is it a weight size? Know exactly what it is. Dial it down. Be clear and specific. The more clearer and the more specific you can be, the better for you. The better for you, right? That's what I want for you. Now, 5 best practices are right there on the screen. So you might want to write them down or take a screenshot. So number 1 is exercise. So when it comes to exercise, just consider, I'm going to be brief, consider having, basically, there are a lot of ways to look at it, but just in a nutshell, imagine that we have an airplane, and imagine that we have 2 engines on the airplane, right? 2 engines on the airplane. 1 engine is strength training. 1 engine is cardiovascular training. I know there's other training on mobility and stuff like that, but just in general, consider having some sort of strength training part to your program and cardiovascular part to your program, combo, right? So how would the plane fly around if it only had 1 engine flying around? Wouldn't it be as efficient as if you have both engines going? And that's what I want for you, is to have some sort of strength training and some sort of cardiovascular training almost every day, right? That's exercising. This is one thing most likely you can control. So can you move? Whatever it is, just even walking, doing some stuff on the floor, some push-ups, some sit-ups, whatever you can muster up the energy to do. And there's all sorts of home stuff you can do. There's all sorts of things you can do for exercise, but consider that, right? Nutrition. This is really important. So say, for example, the body that you want to build, your physique. Let's analyze that to say like a 2-story house that we want to build from scratch. Imagine that we want to build this 2-story house, right? Now, if we only have half of the materials necessary to build the house, how far are we going to get? Exactly, right. About halfway, right. So think about this. It's really important that the foods that you and I eat on a daily basis, the foods that you and I eat are like the supplies that goes towards building your body, my body, the foods that we eat. So think about that. The foods that you eat on a daily basis, they're either creating the body that you want to build, or it's getting you further away from it. So it's important that you have enough of the right things, right? So what is enough of right things? Well, there's lots of different thoughts on that. But the thing is you want to do what's right for you, and you want to do the best. You want to do the best that you can do for you, right? Now, just in general, what I feel with nutrition, the more reasons you can build in your mind to eat healthy. I subscribe to a whole food, plant-based diet, fresh fruits and vegetables and whole grains and legumes like lentils, excuse me, like beans, legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds, things like that, and even lots more things I'm discovering. Nowadays, there's so many things that taste so great if you spice it up right and everything, really cook good. But what I've learned is that the more reasons you can build up in your mind to eat healthy, whether it's for your health or whether it's for the environment or whether it's for the animals, if you could back up enough reasons in your mind to eat healthy, to support why you should eat this certain way every day, the more likely I feel like you're going to be successful because you have more reasons. And just know that the way that we eat does affect your health tremendously. You want clear arteries, nice, clear, free-flowing arteries, right? Not all clogged up, right? So it affects your health. It affects the environment, the way foods are grown and handled. Look at it. Look it up. I mean, there's even the fruits and vegetables can be done wrong and in ways that's harmful for the environment. But just check it out. There's lots going on about our growing of food that's harmful for the environment. So just in general, though, I feel like the whole food, plant-based foods are better for the environment. But just look it up yourself. And then third is the animals. Most people I know love animals. You probably have a dog or a cat or some kind of pet yourself. So you have a genuine love for animals. But what separates a dog from a cow? What separates a cat from a pig? So once you learn about the differences, that there really are no differences, you wouldn't hurt a cat or a dog. So maybe once you figured it out, you wouldn't hurt a cow or a pig. But that's the thing is, if you eat whole food, plant-based diet and get all your nutrition there, which I can't wait. I'm getting ready to cook up a really big, juicy, delicious meal tonight. I can't wait to rip into it. I love the flavor and the taste of it, and I feel very satisfied and very full. I'm not missing any. I'm getting all the nutrition that I need. But there was no animal had to die for the meal. Does that make sense? So that's another thing. It's like when you eat animals, you're killing animals, and most of us love animals. So once you kind of figure out that, hey, you can live real healthy and it's even better, then it just makes sense to go the whole food plant-based, right? So that's just something to think about. And the more reasons you have to back it up in your mind, the more likely you will to follow through with it, right? Now, just as a side note, for those that have a lot of weight loss to lose, and I'm not saying this is right for you or not right for you, but consider intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating. And that's something that I feel like I can't just address to everybody generally, but this is more of a one-on-one kind of thing, or just look it up yourself and find what's best for you. But that can be really helpful, I feel like. I just wanted you to have that bit of information. So then recovery, I've trained over the last several years I've had trained 3 different neurologists. And they all say their studies show that we should all get 7.5 to 9 hours of sleep a night, which is why I'm going to make sure I'm done with everything I need to do and get in bed at a certain time, that I get up at a certain time, and it's within that range. So that's one thing I've had to work on. It's not something I've been good about my entire life, but it's something I'm dialing in, and I believe it's important for our health. It's also important if you're trying to grow muscle. It's important for fat burning. It's important for your cells. It's recovery is huge. It's huge, right? Okay, so think about it. Okay, supplements. Supplement intelligently. The fifth thing to consider for fitness. Best practices for fitness. Supplements. Supplement intelligently. There are different thoughts on supplements. I'll share with you mine. I feel like there are basically two different categories of supplements. There are nutritional supplements, and there are enhancement performance supplements. Of a nutritional supplement would be like a protein shake. So I drink at least 2 a day. I get about 140 grams total of protein a day. About half of that's in shake, half of that's in food. That just makes it easy for me to get my 140. I love protein shakes. Plus, I love them. I love a good strawberry. Sometimes I'll make the shake. I'll make it with frozen strawberries instead of ice. So you just get that rich strawberry feel. Or I'll make one with all blueberries and the powder, right? And some almond milk. Man, it's just so refreshing. Just so good. I just love it. And it helps get in all and then plus you can throw in other supplements. I'm a fan of supplements. I take creatine. That is a strength enhancement supplement. So basically, the analogy here, or the breakdown, is supplements, 2 categories: nutritional supplements like protein shakes, enhancement performance supplements like creatine. These are just examples. I'm not saying that's right for you. I'm just saying 2 different ways to think about it. And then last but not least is the mindset. Now, mindset is where coaching just really comes in, and it's really, really super beneficial to those who are coachable. Maybe you're not coachable. Are you coachable? I'm very coachable. And so I don't know. It depends on what you want to learn. If you're not fit and you've struggled being fit, I would encourage you to consider being coachable. So whether it's myself or some other coach, learn from what other people have mastered this. I feel like I have mastered this, and I could help you. So just stick with the basics, right? Just kind of stick with the fundamentals right here. So this is your game plan right here. So the mindset, though, this is your game plan. If you're on your own, these are your 5 things to focus on: exercising, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Now, with the mindset, and this is why I feel like coaching is very helpful. As you're going on your journey, I'll give you kind of something to kind of expect, and then I'll wrap it up. Okay. As you're going towards your goal, imagine that you're in the ocean. Have you ever been in the ocean? I've been in the ocean, and it has a current, a strong. Sometimes I've heard it called a rip tide. That undercurrent, like you're in the water, but yet it's pulling you under. It's pulling you down the strand one way or down the beach one way. It's pulling you. All right, it's pulling you back. Now, as you got your goal written down, you wrote it down earlier in the session. You wrote your goal down. If you haven't, consider writing your goal down. As you're heading towards your goal, imagine you're in the ocean and you're swimming towards your goal. You're swimming towards your goal. The riptide, the undercurrent, is going to be pulling you back. It's pulling you back as you're swimming towards it. It's pulling you back. It's pulling you back. That's what life is going to be, pulling you back. As you're striving towards your goal, life, work, relationship, complications, issues, work, anything, flat tire, anything can get in your way. It's going to happen. But what can you control? Most likely you can control your exercise habits. Most likely you can control your nutritional habits. If you can't, that's why you get a coach and lock it down so we can hold you accountable. But these are things that are controllable. So no matter what is going on in your swim, as you're being pulled back in your world, if you stick through with the daily disciplines of these 5 things right here, you will be successful, or at least you will have progress. And if you continue long enough, you will get to your destination. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. If you have any questions on that, please let me know. I'm not seeing all the comments right now because I'm on different platforms, but let me know if you have any questions on that. Okay. The mindset, that's what's going to keep you in the game. That's going to keep you moving forward, is the mindset. And that's where a good coach, unless you have a good enough mindset on your own, most people don't. Last year, 38.75% of the globe was obese. Not just overweight. Twice that was overweight. So about 70% of the whole world is considered overweight. Half of that amount of people is considered obese. And if you or anybody in that range over 30 BMI, look it up online, your BMI, if you see where you fall in, reach out to me. I mean, this is my specialty, my passion. Imagine having me in your life where we got to talk about your specific situation. Just text me, message me. The number's on side the screen right there. Where is it over there? Is it over here? See, I think it's over there. Maybe it's over there. You'll see. So send me a text, message me the word fit, and let's chat. Or go to fit.fitness and fill out the form. Put in your name, your phone number, your email, and I'll reach out to you. Let's get together. This has got to get done. If you watching this right now have a BMI greater than 30, we got to get this done. We got to get this done. Whether you do it on your own or with some help or by reaching out to me, that's what I'm here for. This is the message you've been looking for. Sometimes you ever wondering what is the signal you've been looking for? Well, this is it. This is the signal you've been looking for. If you have over a 30 BMI and you're watching this is the signal you've been looking for. Please consider reaching out. So I'm going to leave you with that. Wish you a good night. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm making these calls all weekend and setting them up for next week. I'm ready to have a conversation about your health and appreciate your time and your energy. Talk to you. See you on the next one.